everybody, this is Javi, and you're watching the Bowtie Psychic here on Instagram. I'm a psychic intuitive medium and author who uses divination and storytelling to help people overcome generational trauma. One way I do that is by doing inner child energy readings, which is what I'm doing for you today for February 3rd, 2020. And what I got here is a lot. I got a lot, like a very powerful message. Um, you got like four archetypes here. You have the networker, the healer, the angel, and the lover. And so what I got here for each one is that you are to be aware of your intentions. That's the whole thing about this. Be aware of your intentions as far as why you are helping people and why you think and act the way you do. So the networker here is talks about sharing information, enhancing information. You are very much a networker. You're very much someone who's about bringing peace and prosperity. You're about empathy. A lot of people come to you to share their secrets with you, um, but you are to be aware of your intentions as to why you're reaching out to that person, if you are reaching out to that person, and also be aware of what you are doing with that information and why, um, what you're going to do with that information, and why you feel you are the best person to have that information. Because if this is a person that you have some beef with, if for whatever reason or secretly have some beef with, chances are I'm getting that some of y'all are gossiping. And so what I'm getting from this card is that be aware of your intentions with someone that's coming to you, and be aware of how precious that information may be. Okay. Also, I have the healer. You're very much a healer. You're supposed to be a healer. For a lot of you, this is about healing other people and healing yourself. But that's the thing, though. A lot of you are to heal yourself while you are healing other people, because what's happening is that I'm also getting that some people are putting up this front that they're healing and they're doing the healing work, but there's a lot of work that needs to be done, and it's a lifelong thing. So while you are doing this work, doing this work with other people, as far as serving other people, you are to be aware of where your temperaments are, of what you say to yourself. You are to consistently do that work, whatever that looks like to you. You also have the angel archetype. So basically, you're always helping people, always putting yourself um, behind others. You're always the ones that reach out to the people. There's a lot of empathetic people here, a lot of empathic people are watching this video. However, be aware of your intentions. Again, are you doing it out of the kindness of your heart, or are you really doing this to look like a martyr or to look like a good person? Because if it's the latter, then it's going to be found out eventually, and secondly, it's going to cause you to have a resentment, and it's going to make you look untrustworthy to people, when they find out in some way, shape, or form that you actually secretly resent them, for asking you for help all the time, or you feel like it's a thankless job. And also a lover. Okay, when I got this card, it's not a romantic type of thing. This is about having a great passion, um, for working with spirit, working alongside spirit, working with your spirit guides, working with your ancestors. There's like a love and a devotion that you have for doing that. So that definitely comes out in your work. But also be aware that while you're working with spirit, make sure that you are not doing it at the expense of reality, at the expense of your relationships with the living, because it's very it's really nice, to be around spiritual people. It's really nice to have that, but it is not to be an obsession to where you are looking to the spirit world or wanting to escape to the spirit world in order for you to escape your reality. Okay, so this whole, as far as archetypes, I'm just getting about intentions of why you are on this spiritual path, and why you are, and what are your intentions when you are connecting with the living. Okay, um, so yeah, I'm just getting a lot of, oh, this is definitely one for spiritual workers or doing people who are connected to spirit in some way, shape, or form. What are you doing this for? Okay, and being aware of your intentions. So, in regards to how you were as a child, and why this all happened is basically because what I'm getting for you are a couple of cards. First of all, you have the Seven of Swords. Now, there's a lot of abandonment and sneakiness and underhandedness and some. Um, I'm just for some reason, even though it's upside down, I'm getting like you were a child who was constantly looking for attention, a child who was constantly looking for someone to love them, and so you resorted to a lot of sneaky behavior or misbehavior in order for you to get that attention. And also, you got the Ace of Pentacles. You felt like you were not given resources as far as love, accolades, attention. Um, I'm just getting that there was always some sort of obsession with we're getting attention and we're getting love and we're getting affection. So it tells me right there that a lot of us may not have gotten any sort of hug or any sort of physical interactions with parents or whoever raised us. And so, in regards to what obstacles a lot of us face as children, I definitely got the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands is a workaholic. I definitely got this person is possibly a mother or a female body individual who raised you. And what ended up happening is that even though they were a loving individual, they were more or less about material things and getting you material things and not basically like giving you the love and affection that you so desire. And this is at the Knight of Cups tells me this is what you were looking for. You were looking for someone, or you were very much a loving, very gentle child. Was always wanting to give, always wanting to give love. You wanted love, and excuse me, you kind of chased it. You chased after it. I'm getting this after a while. Like this is definitely when you were a child. Okay, like I want to say 5 years old on, maybe 6 years old on, and it's definitely trickled into your adulthood. But you were definitely one of those children who was just always out doing something that you weren't supposed to in order to get um, some sort of accolades, which is why you got the Hangman. For some reason, I'm just getting stagnation in regards to affection, in regards to who you are. There was like, who am I, why am I here, who am I supposed to be? There's a lot of confusion in the regards of who you are as a person, and so the obstacle came from that because you didn't have those relationships, and you didn't have the type of relationships that would actually be beneficial to your growth as far as your interests or whatnot. There was like some sort of you knew that you were not a bad person, but you were also acting out. So you're like, who am I really? Am I this person who is projecting this rebellious personality, or am I really this nice person that I know I can be, right? So there was like not only this stagnation and feeling stuck, but also feeling as if you couldn't get out of it. This is actually the Eight of Swords. You felt like you couldn't get out of it, even though you could walk away and make a choice in your teenage years. I'm definitely getting this in your teenage years to maybe late teens, early 20s. You felt like you didn't know who you were, and you just felt very trapped in that mode. I'm definitely getting some late teens, early 20s, 16 to 20 from this. From the Eight of Swords, I just thought that I'm just definitely getting that you didn't know who you were, you got stuck. It would not surprise me if some of y'all actually suffer from maybe like or been diagnosed with borderline personality disorder because of how you were raised. Okay, there was also the three of wands. There was always a cry for help. There was some cry for help in your teens. 16, 17 years old, always thinking about how am I going to get out of this? What is going to happen to me? What is my life going to be like? Please help me. And that was one of the reasons why you went into some sort of destructive behavior. So, as far as what can you do to overcome a lot of your thoughts and behaviors, what I got here, you got a couple of cards here. You receive the Ten of Pentacles and the King of Wands. So basically, what I'm getting is that you are to recognize that your life is unstable. There's some instability in your life that you are not looking at, and you are very upset with your family. It's okay for you to say that. But overcoming is being honest about where you are and how you feel. I'm just getting a lot of anger towards your family, possibly your parents, and you're angry about the instability. You're angry about how you were treated, how you were neglected, and a lot of emotional neglect that was going on in your household. So you're like, it's okay for you to talk about that type of thing and be honest about it. Okay, that's the only way you're going to be able to heal and help other people is by telling your own story. And also, the King of Wands here, this is about you having confidence. It's about you having enough confidence to realize that you are to change something about yourself, or else you're going to be seen as a false leader. You're definitely going to be one of those people. Even though you want to work with other folks, if you are not on the path of healing yourself, on the path of telling the truth to yourself, chances are you're going to be one of those people who are going to be constantly frauding, being a fraud, or feeling as if you don't have what it takes to be a leader. When in actuality, your experiences are very powerful, much more powerful than any, in most cases, any book that you read. So this is literally a time to step into your own power. Okay, step into your own power, and also know that you are to be confident. As far as what to do to honor your inner child, you got the Temperance and the Star. And what I got here is that be aware that you felt abandoned. Be aware of your pain and your suffering. Be aware of, your inner child's pain and suffering. Go back and, do some inner child energy work and tell your inner child that, for one, you are not a bad child and you are only acting out because you weren't getting attention. And there are other ways to get attention besides acting out, because that actually trickled throughout your entire adulthood, to the point where you feel as if you have to do the most and be the most in order to get attention. So a lot of dramatic behavior, a lot of toxic behavior stems from a lot of abandonment issues that you have. So you could be saying one thing and doing another. You can be one of those people who wants to, be a lover of some sort, but you feel like that distrust, you have that distrust there. You're one of those people who comes off as an angel, but on one hand, but on the other, you get very angry when you're not getting the accolades you deserve, or you are doing, like, you feel like you're doing a thankless job. So that's what the Star card is saying. Like, this is time for you to actually not only step into your own power, but also realize that if you feel like some sort of abandonment issue is happening, by all means, like, start to work with that, and be honest about that. I'm just getting like a lot of not seeing one's power, feeling as if a higher power is not looking out for you, feeling as if someone is not looking out for you. Be aware and be honest about that so you can heal. Okay, and as far as the word of encouragement, let's see. We have some time for that. Oh wow! So this is the Pachamama. Okay, and what I'm getting from this card is you are to be your own mother, be your own parent. Okay, be the parent that you wish to have, be the parent that your inner child is looking for, because I'm feeling a lot of heartache in my heart chakra, which pretty much tells me that a lot of you are just, there's this empty feeling in the center of your chest, and that means to me that you are looking for a parent, you are looking for someone to love and to cherish you, and to give you guidance. So this is the time for you to be that parent that you've always wanted to be. Okay, always wanted to have. Okay, and that's the only way, at least that's one of the ways you and your inner child can actually heal. So you can move on, and you're not resorting to like emotionally manipulative behavior, in order for you to get what you want and want from people. Okay. So that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me. I really appreciate it. If this resonated with you, this reading rather, please put that put or say so in the comments. Not put in the comments. Say so in the comments. You can also book a private reading by going to thebowtiepsychic.com. All that information is in my bio, in the link in my bio rather. So thank you again, and you have a good rest of the night. Until next time, peace.